Welcome students. This is for Diploma in Pharmacy students. Sri Krishna College of Pharmacy and Research Center of Parashala. Diploma students, it is needed for you to revise this syllabus, and it needs for you to get a good score in pharmacognosy, and I have taken specifically for you in biological source, chemical constituents, and therapeutic efficacy or therapeutic application uses, in pharmacological uses of the categories of the drugs which is given. Two topics I have taken according to the pharmacological classification they have given. One is Cardiotonic, they have given only two drugs, Digitalis and Arjuna. Carminatives and G.I regulators, that means gastrointestinal regulators, they are given Coriander, Fennel, Cardamom, ginger, Clove, black pepper, Asafoetida, Nutmeg, cinnamon. So these all the drugs today we are going to have a discussion. First we are starting with the Cardiotonic, in which they have given two drugs. One is Digitalis. It's a very interesting flower and also you can see purple color flower, and the leaf is the crude drug which contain cardiac glycosides. And if you see in Arjuna bark in the tree is also having activity in the various cardiac diseases. First we will have a discussion about Digitalis. See the purple colored flower and the leaf, a spongy leaf which contain very important active constituents. For decades, not only decades, the 1,000 years back itself we are using this Digitalis for various ailments, especially in cardiac disease, cardiac congestive failure. Digitalis leaf, synonym, Digitalis, purple, foxglove, finger flower, lady's glove, foxglove leaves, Folia Digitalis. Biological source, Digitalis consists of dried leaves of Digitalis purpurea. Linn is a scientist name belonging to the family Scrophulariaceae. Chemical constituents, it contains purpurea glycoside A. On enzymatic hydrolysis, it yields digitoxin and glucose. Digitoxin on again hydrolysis, it gives rise to gitoxygenin plus 3 digitoxose. And purpurea glycoside B on enzymatic hydrolysis, it gives gitoxin plus glucose. As they were glycoside, when it is hydrolyzed, you are getting a carbohydrate moiety or a glycogen moiety or a glycon moiety and an aglycon moiety. Gitoxin Again, hydrolysis gives digitoxygenin plus 3 digitoxose. You can see the structure. Digitoxygenin of a steroidal ring structure, which a 5-membered lactone ring, which is the main structure which will be seen in cardinolites. There are 2 types of drugs, which is cardinolites, bufferolites, but we are studying here only the active principle or active constituents of digitalis. So I am not going in deep to explain. We should know the structure. Digitoxygenin and digitoxin. In digitoxin, it's shown that the linkage of glycoside with the digitoxose, the carbohydrate moiety or the glycan moiety linked in digitoxin can be shown in the structure. Uses the foxglove, that means the digitalis leaf is stimulatory effect upon the heart. It has a profound tonic effect upon a diseased heart, enabling the heart to beat more slowly, powerfully, and regularly without requiring more oxygen. So here the student should know the heartbeat is made into slow, and it says that is powerfully and increase the strength of the heart. How this doubt? It's very clear. It gives the strength to the muscle of the heart and increase the threshold of the heart muscles and gives them the activity. Even the low oxygen, it can have the contractility activity of the normal heart. So that's why it is written that enabling the heart to beat more slowly, powerfully, and regularly without require more oxygen. The next drug in cardiotonic is Arjuna. This is the tree, and the bark of the Arjuna is taken as a crude drug for the use as a cardiotonic. Synonym for Arjuna, Arjun bark, Arjun. Biological source, Arjuna consists of dried stem bark of the plant known as Terminalia Arjuna. Rope is the scientist name, belonging to the family Combretaceae. Arjuna is found as naturally growing plant in the dense forest. It is very common in Baitwal in Madhya Pradesh and also in Dehradun. Chemical constituents: tannin, dextrorotatory catechol, dextrorotatory gallocatechol, epicatechol, epigallocatechol, and ellagic acid. Flavonoids are also present in Arjuna. Arginalone, arginone, and besalin. Triterpenoids, arginitin, arjungenin, Arjun glucoside 1 and 2, and terminodic acid. You can see the structure. Arjun alone, a double bond O in a lactone ring with a catechol of double OH, and arginone, same structure with 2 methoxy group in the substituted benzene, and arginoglucoside 2, 3, a glucoside linkage can be shown in the steroidal ring structure, and terminoic acid also can be seen as steroidal ring structure attached with a 6-membered ring in the top. But you cannot say it is a steroidal ring structure, because steroid means it needs 3 6-membered ring and a 5-membered ring as A, B, C, D ring structure. But this is an 5 6-membered ring structure is present in argiglucosides 3 and terminoic acid. You can see the structure. Uses of Arjun or Arjuna bark is used as a diuretic and astringent. So diuretic means, you should know, increases the urine output, and astringent means, even in the class I was asking with you, astringent means precipitate proteins. So it can be used for wound healing. It can arrest even the bleeding. It causes decrease in blood pressure and heart rate. It is used in the treatment of various heart diseases in indigenous system of medicine. Indigenous system of medicine in India means Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, and Ayush, you can say even. And now we are coming to the next topic. They are given only 2 for that previous topic what we discussed about the cardiotonic. Now carminative and GI regulators. The meaning is GI, gastrointestinal regulators. So they have given some drugs which we should have in our mind. Very interesting drug which we know, coriander. 1. And number 2, they have given fennel, which also very commonly we were using this drug as a food. Cardamom. And number 4 is ginger. You know very well ginger. Clove, black pepper, Asafoetida, Nutmeg, and cinnamon. So now we will have the discussion about the coriander. Coriander synonym: Fructus coriandri, coriander fruits, cilantro, Chinese parsley. Biological source: coriander consists of dried ripe fruits of Coriandrum sativum. Linn is a scientist name, belonging to family Umbelliferaceae. Chemical constituents: coriander contain volatile oil. The chief volatile components are D-linalool, that is also called as coriandrol, along with other constituents like borneol, parathymine, camphor, gingenol, not gingenyl, geraniol, linonene and alpha pinene. The fruits also contain, fruits means the Umbelliferaceae fruits, coriander, also contain fatty oil and hydroxycoumarins. The fatty oil includes acids of petroxylic acid, oleic acid, linoleic acid, whereas the hydroxycoumarins include the umbelliferol and scopolamine. You can see that structure of borneol is a bicyclic ring structure. Linalool and parathymine, parathymine is an cyclic terpene, monoterpene, and acyclic monoterpene, lanolol. Uses aromatic, carminative, aromaticity, aroma. Carminative, which is expels the unwanted gas which is formed in our intestine. Not intestine, we cannot particularly say GI. Stimulant, it is a stimulant. Antispasmodic. It relieves the abdominal pain, the lower abdominal pain, or the very antispasmodic. Diaphoretic, increases the sweating, excretion by sweating, diaphoretic. And flavoring agent. It is also used as a refrigerant. It gives a refrigerant effect. Tonic, appetizer, it gives appetite. Diuretic, I have explained, just you know very well. Diuretic, it increases the urine outflow. Diaphoretic, aphrodisiac, not diaphoretic which we have told. This is aphrodisiac. Gives an interesting sexual mood, increases, that is the aphrodisiac. Diaphoretic is increases sweating, aphrodisiac. And stomach pains due to the increased peristaltic movement or any infections or any type of food intake can also be solved by means of this coriander. So that's why we are using coriander in most of the food, most of our curries. Coriander can be applied externally also in rheumatism or rheumatism, and the painful joints can be relieved by means of applying externally like a paste of coriander. Fennel, the next drug is fennel. Fennel is also an Umbelliferaceae fruits which is very commonly we are using in our normal life. Synonym, fructis foeniculi, fennel fruit, fenkel, Florence fennel, sweet fennel, wild fennel, large fennel. These all are synonyms. Biological source. Fennel consists of the dried ripe fruit of Foeniculum vulgare. Miller is the scientist name belonging to the family Umbelliferaceae. Chemical constituents. Fennel consists of 4 to 5% of volatile oil, 50 to 60% of anethol, a phenolic ester, and 18 to 22% of phencone, a ketone. So anethol is a phenolic ester. You can see that ester linkage will be made It is shown as a methoxy group. It's a phenolic ester, anethol. Anethol separately you can have, and also you can have a phenolic ester. Maybe ester can also be formed. And fencone, you can see the structure, it is a ketone. It's a bicyclic ring structure. Fencone is chemically bicyclic monoterpene. The oil of fennel has beta-pinene, anisic acid, philandrin, and anisic aldehyde. Fennel also contain about 20% fixed oil and 20% proteins. Uses of fennel. Fennel is used as a stomachic, aromatic, diuretic, carminative, diaphoretic, as a digestive, pectoral, and flavoring agent. All these uses, I have explained little before the slide, and you can go for the pharmacological action definition needed for the student very clearly. As a diploma student, it is needed for you to go for dispensing when you do counseling with the patient. Very, very important. Anethol may have estrogen-like activity and inhibit spasms in smooth muscles. Fennel can increase production of bile. Used in the treatment of infant colic. Children will start crying in their 1 to 2 months. So you can do drops for infant colic pain, can be given drops using this fennel extract to promote, even it can promote menstruation in women. It can increase the lactation in the feeding mother, acts as an antipyretic. It can control the increased or elevated body temperature, bringing to the normal when he having a fever. Antipyretic effect, antimicrobial effect, and anti-inflammatory effect too. Cardamom, an interesting fruit which we are using as a flavoring agent in all our sweets and many foods. The seeds and the coat of the fruit also we are using it. Cardamom fruit, the synonym, we can say cardamom fruit, cardamom seed, cardamomi, semina, Malabar cardamoms, capelaga, Gujarati, ilachi, and also we can say that is allium, also another synonym. Biological source, cardamom consists of the dried ripe seeds of Elateria cardamomum. Matone is the scientist name belonging to this family, Gingibraceae. Chemical constituents of cardamom, the seeds contain 3 to 6% of volatile oil, along with fixed oil, salts of potassium, a coloring principle, nitrogenous mucilage, an acrid resin, starch, ligneous fiber, and ash. The active constituents or active constituent of the volatile oil is cineol in cardamom. So cineol structure, you can see it's a bicyclic structure with a lactone ring in the middle. Very simple structure. And borneol and alpha terpineol, the terpene structures which are also present in volatile oil principle which gives the flavor. The other aromatic compound present are terpenyl acetate, terpeneol, borneol, terpenin. Uses of cardamom. Cardamom is used as an aromatic, carminative, stimulant, stomachic, expectorant, diaphoretic, digestive, appetizer, and flavoring agent. It is used in the treatment of respiratory disorders like asthma, bronchitis, cough, nausea, vomiting, indigestion, headache, diarrhea, colds, for flatulence, to expel the gases in the GIT, also used as a spice in cooking. Now we are coming to the important drug ginger, which was very interesting antioxidant which has been used for various food purpose and the drug purpose. Even in Corona period we were using the ginger as an extract, and a lemon and an amla. These all are the components which were more commonly used. Ginger. Synonym for ginger: Rhizoma gingivaris, gingibre. Biological source: ginger consists of the dried rhizomes of Gingiber officinale. Roscoe is a scientist name belonging to the family Gingiberaceae. Chemical constituents of ginger: ginger consists of 1 to 2% of volatile oil, 5 to 8% of pungent resinous mass and starch. The volatile oil is responsible for the aromatic odor, and the pungency of the drug is due to the yellowish oil body called gingerol, which is odorless. Volatile oil is composed of sesquiterpene hydrocarbon like alpha gingiberol, alpha sesquiterpene alcohol, alpha bisobolene, alpha farnesene, alpha sesquiphenandrine, phenandrine or phenandrine. These all are the components on the volatile oil which is obtained from ginger. Less pungent component like gingerol and shogol are also present. You see the structure of gingerol is the main constituents, and gingerone and the gingerols you can see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 up to that. The numbers, n number can be increased, the long chain. Carbon atom can be increased with a benzene ring with one OH and a methoxy group. Shogol is also the same structure with up to 10 the number can be increased, the shogols, which is also present in the ginger. Uses of ginger. Ginger is used as an antiemetic, positive inotropic. Positive inotropic. It gives the stimulant effect. Spasmolytic, aromatic stimulant, carminative, condiment, and flavoring agent. It is prescribed in dyspepsia, flatulent colic, vomiting spasms, as an adjuvant to many tonic and stimulant or stimulating remedies. For painful affections of stomach and cold, cough and asthma, sore throat, hoarseness and loss of voice are beneficial. By chewing a piece of ginger can solve these problems. Clove is a very interesting drug which is cultivated in our area. Our climate suits for the clove, and it's a very costly and it is a very good business, but it's needed for everything. cultivation and processing is also having many parameters to be considered for clove. Synonym for clove: clove buds, clove flowers. Biological source: clove consists of the dried flower buds of Eugenia caryophyllus. Thumb is the scientist name, belonging to the family Myrtaceae. Chemical constituents of clove: especially it contains mainly eugenol and caryophyllene as a volatile principle. Clove contains 14 to 21% of volatile oil. The other constituents present are eugenol, acetyl eugenol, gallotanic acid, and 2 crystalline principle of alpha and beta caryophyllines: methyl, furfuryl, gum, resins, and fiber. Caryophyllene is odorless component and appears to be a phytosterol, whereas eugenol is a colorless liquid which is present in clove. Clove oil has 60 to 90% of eugenol, which is the cause of the anesthetic and antiseptic properties. You know very well, the clove is very much used in the paste advertisement. You can see very commonly they are using presence of clove, which can have an antiseptic. Dentists are using it is used, as you can see. Clove is used as an antiseptic, stimulant, carminative, aromatic, and as a flavoring agent. It is also used as an anodyne. Anodyne means pain reducing effect, anti-emetic. Dentists use clove oil as an oral anesthetic and to disinfect the root canals. Clove kills intestinal parasites and exhibit broad antimicrobial properties against fungi and the bacteria. And so it is used in the treatment of diarrhea, intestinal worms, and other digestive ailments. Clove oil can stop toothache. A few drops of oil in water will stop vomiting. Eating clove, it is said to be even aphrodisiac. Eugenol is also used as a local anesthetic in small doses. The oil stimulates peristalsis. It is a strong germicide, also a stimulating expectorant in the bronchus problems. The infusion of clove water are good vehicle for alkalis and aromatics. Black pepper. You know very well black pepper. It's costly and it is very good cultivated in highlands like Kodaikanal, Ooty, Idiki, Wayanad. They all have the production of black pepper. Black pepper is obtained from the small dried berries of peppercorns of the vine Pepper nigrum. Pepper, black pepper, Pepper nigrum, perennial climbing vine of the family Purpureaceae, and the hotly pungent spice made from its fruits. Chemical constituents mainly contain piperine, C17H19NO3. Black pepper with piperine as an active ingredient, or the main ingredient, holds the rich phytochemistry that also includes volatile oil, oleoresin, and alkaloids. Uses of black pepper: it helps to stimulate hydrochloric acid in your stomach, so you can better digest and absorb the food you eat. It is a carminative property too. It has, which helps to reduce discomfort and the gas buildup in your intestine. People take black pepper by mouth for arthritis, asthma, upset stomach, bronchitis, a bacterial infection that causes diarrhea like cholera, colic, in the large intestine, colic, depression, diarrhea, gas, headache, sex drive, menstrual pain, stuffy nose, sinus infection, dizziness, discolored skin, that is also called as vitiligo, weight loss, and cancer. Asafoetida is a very interesting drug which you are using for very much preparation, but it looks like actually same like its fruits will look like Umbelliferaceae fruits only, same like you can see the fennel. But we are not taking this resin, oleogum resin actually, from the fruit or the part of any type of fluorescence. It was taken from the cut of the stem underground, the bottom and the root side, rhizome, it will be cut and the resin and the oleogum resin will be exudate, will be collected. It has many constituents and many uses. Asafoetida. Synonym, devil's dung, foot of the god, asphoda, ascent, hing in Hindi. If you see how they are collecting this Asafoetida, it will make you interesting. You may think it is something very easy. No. It's an interesting, if possible, you can see in the separate class I have in my lecture, in my video. In that you can see that how it is cultivated and how it is collected. It's not in your syllabus, but it is an interesting process. Not directly it is taken from a fruit or a seed. It's an exudate. It's an unorganized drug. Biological source, Asafoetida is an oleogum resin obtained as an exudation by insertion of the decapitated rhizome and the roots of Ferula of Asafoetida. This is the species which you want to remember. Ferula Asafoetida, Linn. L is the scientist name. But there are many other species also. Ferula Foetida, Royal is the scientist. Ferula rubricalis, Boyce is the scientist name. And some other species of Ferula belonging to the family Apidaceae. Family Apidaceae, not Umbelliferaceae. It is Apidaceae, you should remember. Asafoetida, Apidaceae. Chemical constituents, Asafoetida consists of volatile oil of 4 to 20%, resins of 40 to 65%, and gum of 25%. Garlic-like odor is there in the oil. This is due to the presence of sulfur compounds. They have been done, many compounds have been isolated and been identified and given name also. They have a pesticidal property. The flavor is largely due to the R2-butyl 1-propyl propophenyl disulfide and 2-butyl 3-methyl thioallyl disulfide, both as a mixture of diastereoisomers. The drug also contains a complex mixture of sesquiterpene, umbelliferaceae esters mostly with a monocyclic or bicyclic terpenoid moiety. Resin consists of esters of asafoetida and ferulic acid, pinene, vanillin, and free ferulic acid. On treatment of ferulic acid with hydrochloric acid, it converts into umbelliferon. I am repeatedly telling, it converts to umbelliferon, a coumarin, which gives a blue fluorescence when you add ammonia. So it's a very interesting and a specific test for Asafoetida when you are doing even the practical. It is the specific test for Asafoetida to give an umbelliferon test. So it is converted, that is ferulic acid is converted into umbelliferon by means of action of hydrochloric acid, and that will be very much interested to convert into a blue fluorescence when ammonia is added. You can see the structure of umbilic acid, umbelliferon, and lactone ring with its double bond O, and phetidine structure. Felluric acid, you can see the felluric acid, how it can be converted into umbelliferon. It is converted into umbelliferon, and when it is added with ammonia, it gives an blue fluorescence. Asafoetidine, these structures can be easily remembered. Asafoetida is used as carminative, expectorant, antispasmodic, and laxative for flavoring curries, sauce, and pickles. As an enema for intestinal flatulence, in cholera it can be used in asthma, whooping cough, and chronic bronchitis. Nutmeg, this is an interesting seed which is very commonly used for flavoring agent, and it is nowadays in our place most of the agriculturists are concentrating in cultivating nutmeg. It's profitable and yields starts from 7 years. Synonym: Semen Myrtaceae, Myrtacica, Nux moscata, Myrstica aromata. Biological source: nutmeg is the kernel. The outer part is called maize. The kernel of the dried ripe seed of the Myrstica fragrans. Huyton is the scientist name belonging to the family Myrtaceae. Chemical constituents: borneol, alpha-pinene, geraniol. Myristicin is all the present in the volatile oil constituents of terpenes. All of them are diterpenes, which is present in the nutmeg as a volatile principles. Nutmeg consists of 5 to 15% of volatile oil, lignin, stearin, starch, gum, coloring matter, and 0.08% of an acid substance. The volatile oil contain silimicin, myristicin, geraniol, borneol, pinene, camphene, and dipentene. It also contains eugenol, safrole, paracymene, and isoeugenol in a small quantity. Uses of nutmeg is used as an aromatic, carminative, flavoring agent. Both nutmeg and maize means the outer part. The picture you might have seen, the outer area which is present above the testa. It can be removed and it is available in the market, which we are using for various flavoring agents. Maize is used for the flatulence, in nausea and vomiting. Grated nutmeg along with lard is used as an ointment in piles. When the person is having piles, it can mix with the lard. The fat or a wax which is obtained, or the waxy substance which is obtained from the animal source, can be mixed with an nutmeg and it can be given as an ointment for piles. It has a narcotic action and peripherally it irritates and produces anesthetic action also. Since it has an irritant in the intestine and uterus, it can cause abortion. Better to avoid in the primary pregnancy period. You can avoid this in food substances adding nutmeg. It can cause even abortion in some cases they have reported. Oil of nutmeg is used to congeal the taste of various drugs and as a local stimulant to the gastrointestinal tract. Now comes cinnamon. Carafa cinnamon. Very interesting. Inner bark. The plants which is available in our area very commonly cultivated and even collected, exported. Even Ceylon, they are having a special cultivation for this cinnamon. Synonym for cinnamon: Cortex cinnamomi, Ceylon cinnamon, Saigon cinnamon, Chinese cassia, Cinnamomum aromaticum, Cinnamomum larus. Biological source: Cinnamomum is the dried inner bark of coppiced, that means scrapped, coppiced, cut down the shoots of Cinnamomum zeylanicum. Nice is a scientist name belonging to the family Laraceae. Chemical constituent: Cinnamomum consists of 10% of volatile oil, tannins, mucilage, calcium oxalate and sugar. Volatile oil consists 50 to 65% of cinnamic aldehyde, along with 5 to 10% of eugenol, terpene, hydrocarbons and small quantities of ketones and alcohols. You can see the structure: cinnamon aldehyde, CHO, and cinnamic acid, eugenol. It is used as an aromatic, carminative, flavoring agent, analgesic, antiseptic, anti-rheumatic, antispasmodic, demulcent, digestive, expectorant, stomachic, diaphoretic, antibacterial, antifungal. It stops vomiting, relieves flatulence, and it gives with chalk and as an astringent for diarrhea and hemorrhage of the womb during the delivery time. It can stop even it's have an astringent effect when it is mixed with the chalk. It also used in the treatment of bronchitis, cold, palpitation, and also nausea and congestion, blocking in the nose and in the liver problems. So these are the small drugs which we have discussed for diploma students. Thank you for being with me, listening to the class. I expect you to listen to the class, write the assignment clearly, and submit on the next week. That means coming week, Monday, I have given an assignment for you for adulteration, and this should be submitted in the next coming week itself. That means you have to submit on the Tuesday. That means the 2 classes you prepare in this week as an assignment. One submit on Monday and this submit on Tuesday. Thank you.